Welcome to your deep dive. Today we're diving into the future of food.
Okay.
But forget lab-grown burgers for now. We're talking about tech that's revolutionizing farms today. You sent over some seriously cool articles about a company called Farminaut
Yeah.
and their incredible use of satellites, AI, and even drones to help farmers grow more food more sustainably. And to help us unpack all of this, we have expert speaker who knows this field inside and out.
It's great to be here. Yeah, this is such a fascinating intersection of ancient practices and cutting-edge technology.
So the articles mention precision agriculture. Is that just a fancy buzzword or is there something deeper to it?
It's way more than buzz. Think about the age-old challenges farmers face: unpredictable weather, soil that varies across a single field, pests, the constant pressure to do more with less. Precision agriculture uses tech to tackle these challenges head-on.
Okay, so how does that work? The articles make it sound like high-tech farms straight out of a sci-fi movie with satellites and drones everywhere.
It does sound futuristic, but it's becoming the norm. Take Farminaut, for example. They use satellite imagery to monitor crop health over massive areas.
Wow.
Imagine a farmer seeing if their crops are stressed, thirsty, or even if there's a pest infestation brewing, all before you could ever spot it from the ground.
Wow, that's like giving farmers a superpower, no more relying solely on gut instinct and years of
Like,
experience.
experience is still valuable, but now it's enhanced by data. This information helps farmers make smarter decisions about when to irrigate, how much fertilizer to use, and even the ideal time to harvest for the best yield.
So data is the new fertilizer.
Yeah.
I like it. But how do they even get this data from space? Are we talking super detailed pictures?
It's way more sophisticated than just pictures. Farminaut uses remote sensing. Their satellites capture light reflected from crops, which, believe it or not, reveals a ton about their health.
Okay, that sounds pretty complex. Can you give us an example of what this light tells us about the crops?
Sure, let's say a plant isn't getting enough water. To our eyes, it might look a little wilted, but by that point, it's already stressed. These satellites detect subtle changes in the light reflected by the plant, indicating water stress much earlier.
Hmm, that's incredible. It's like the plants are sending an SOS that only Farminaut can pick up.
Yeah.
So what happens next? Does the information get beamed down to a farmer's smartphone?
You could say that. The satellite data is processed and analyzed, often using AI, and then, yes, farmers can access it through a smartphone app or computer.
AI on the farm. Okay, now it really feels like we're in the future. To be honest, when I hear AI, I think of robots taking over, not helping with crops.
It's easy to picture those sci-fi scenarios, but in this case, the AI is like a super fast farmhand that can analyze mountains of information to help farmers make better decisions. For example, one of the coolest things AI can do is predict crop yields with incredible accuracy.
So a farmer could know almost exactly how many tomatoes they'll harvest before the plants are even fully grown. That seems incredibly valuable.
Exactly. Imagine the financial planning a farmer can do with that kind of information.
Yeah.
They can secure contracts, manage their resources better, and even sleep a little easier knowing what their harvest will likely yield.
That's amazing. But is it just about the overall yield, or can AI get even more specific than that?
It gets even more tailored than that.
Hey.
AI can create personalized recommendations for things like irrigation and fertilizer application, customized to specific areas within a field.
Hold on. So it's not just water the whole field on Tuesdays. It's more like this corner needs a bit more water on Thursday, and that patch could use a touch of fertilizer next week.
You got it. It's about getting the right resources to the right place at the right time. This approach is not only more efficient, but also better for the environment. Speaking of connections, there's another fascinating technology at play here: the Internet of Things, or IoT.
Okay, now we're really going into the future. So my refrigerator is going to start ordering fertilizer now.
Maybe someday. But right now on the farm, IoT means sensors are placed all over the field, constantly gathering data on everything from soil, moisture, and temperature, to even the microclimates within a field.
Microclimates. So one corner of the field might have its own little weather pattern.
Precisely. And that can significantly impact how plants grow. These sensors paint a detailed picture of what's happening in the field.
So the farm is becoming a living, breathing data center.
Exactly.
Yes.
All these sensors constantly communicate with each other, and that information can be used to automate tasks like irrigation. For example, instead of watering on a fixed schedule, the irrigation system can automatically turn on only when and where the sensors detect the soil needs it.
Wow, this is way cooler than I imagined. What about drones? Where do they fit into this tech-powered farm?
Drones are like the eyes in the sky, providing a level of detail that even satellites can't match.
So they're taking pictures too.
They take incredibly high-resolution pictures, but they can also collect other data. For example, drones equipped with special sensors can create 3D maps of the field, identify areas where water might be pooling, or even spot individual plants showing signs of stress.
Wait, hold on. How can a drone flying way up in the air spot a single stressed out plant?
It's pretty remarkable. The drones use multispectral cameras, which can see beyond what the human eye can see. These cameras capture light in different wavelengths, revealing subtle differences in how plants reflect light. This allows them to identify problems long before a farmer walking the fields would ever notice.
So it's like giving farmers X-ray vision for their crops,
That's a great way to put it. This level of precision means farmers can apply things like pesticides, herbicides, or fertilizers only where needed.
which means less waste, lower costs, and a smaller environmental impact. This is starting to sound less like a farm and more like a high-tech sustainability project.
You're catching on. That's a key part of what makes this technology so exciting. It's not just about higher profits. It's also about making farming more environmentally friendly.
I love that. We've got satellites, AI, the Internet of Things, and drones all working together to make farming more efficient and sustainable. But where does the farmer fit into all of this? Are we replacing farmers with robots?
That's a question that comes up a lot, and it's an important one. But this technology is about empowering farmers, not replacing them.
Okay.
It's like giving them a high-tech toolkit to enhance their skills and knowledge.
So instead of making farmers obsolete, we're giving them superpowers. That's a much more appealing image.
Exactly. Think of it this way. A farmer's expertise is still crucial, but now they have this incredible amount of data and insights to support their decisions, not just instinct and experience.
So they become data-driven farm managers.
Precisely. And that's where Farmanaut excels. They don't just provide the raw data, they help farmers interpret it. They have a team of agronomists and data scientists who analyze the information, identify trends, and provide actionable recommendations tailored to each farm's unique challenges and needs.
That makes sense. Data is only useful if you know what to do with it. It's like having all the ingredients for a gourmet meal, but not having the recipe. Farmanaut provides that recipe, guiding farmers on how to use the data effectively.
Exactly. They bridge the gap between technology and practical application, which is essential for this technology to become widely adopted. And the potential benefits are huge. We're talking about increasing yields, reducing waste, conserving resources, and ultimately creating a more sustainable and resilient food system for everyone.
It's amazing how technology can be used for good, not just in farming, but in every aspect of our lives. But these advancements must have implications beyond the farm, right?
Absolutely. Think about it. If we can make farming more efficient and productive, that impacts everything from food prices to global hunger.
That makes sense. More food grown more efficiently should mean lower prices for everyone, right?
In theory, yes. Of course, other factors are always at play, like supply chains and market forces, but the potential is there. And it's not just about quantity. This technology can improve the quality and nutritional value of our food.
Okay, now that's fascinating. How does that work?
By closely monitoring crops, farmers can ensure they're getting the right nutrients at the right time. They can also identify and address problems like pests or diseases early on, which means less reliance on pesticides and herbicides.
So, healthier crops for everyone, that's a win-win. But I have to ask, all this technology sounds expensive. Is this only for large agricultural corporations, or can smaller farms benefit from it too?
That's a valid concern, but the good news is that the cost of this technology is continuously decreasing. Companies like Farmanaut are developing flexible and scalable solutions that work for farms of all sizes.
So even a small family farm could use satellite data or AI.
Absolutely. In fact, it might be even more beneficial for them. Imagine a small farmer who can't afford to hire a team of agronomists. These tools give them access to that same level of expertise and data analysis, leveling the playing field.
That's fantastic. It democratizes access to information and resources. But there must be challenges too, right? It can't be all sunshine and robot tractors.
You're right, there are hurdles to overcome. One of the biggest is the digital divide. Not all farms have reliable internet access, which is essential for utilizing a lot of this technology.
That's a good point. You can't download satellite images without a decent internet connection.
Exactly. And even with internet access, there's the issue of data literacy. Farmers need to understand and interpret all this information, which requires a certain level of tech savviness.
So there's a learning curve involved, but that's true for any new technology, isn't it? We can't expect farmers to become data scientists overnight.
Of course not. That's why companies like Pharmanaut are so focused on education and support. They offer training programs, online resources, and personalized consultations to help farmers make the most of their technology.
So it's more than just selling a product, it's about building a partnership with farmers.
Exactly. They understand that this technology's success relies on farmers embracing and integrating it into their operations.
It's a collaboration. The technology provides the tools and insights, but farmers still need to use their knowledge and experience to make the best decisions for their land and business.
Precisely. It's a fascinating time to be involved in agriculture, this intersection of ancient practices and cutting-edge technology, all working together to create a more sustainable and abundant future.
This deep dive has given me a whole new appreciation for where our food comes from and the incredible innovations happening in the world of farming. But I'm curious, what happens when a farmer encounters a problem that even the data doesn't have an answer for?
That's where the human element truly shines. Technology is a powerful tool, but it's not a crystal ball. When unexpected challenges arise, a farmer's intuition, honed over years of experience, becomes invaluable.
So it's not about replacing a farmer's knowledge, but complementing it with data-driven insights.
Precisely. Technology helps farmers identify patterns and trends, but it's their deep understanding of the land, the crops, and the ever-changing variables of nature that allows them to interpret those insights and make informed decisions.
That's like that old saying, you can lead a horse to water.
Exactly. Technology provides the tools and information, but it's ultimately up to the farmer to leverage their expertise and make the best choices for their farm.
This whole conversation has really opened my eyes to the amazing possibilities of technology in agriculture. But it also makes you think about the potential challenges, like ensuring these advancements are accessible to all farmers, regardless of their farm size or location.
That's a crucial point. While we focused on the incredible potential of precision agriculture, it's vital to address the digital divide that exists in many farming communities. Access to reliable internet and the skills to utilize data are essential for wider adoption.
It's like having a state-of-the-art tractor, but no fuel to run it. We need to ensure that all farmers have the resources and support to benefit from these technological advancements.
Absolutely. Bridging this gap requires a multifaceted approach. Investing in rural broadband infrastructure, providing digital literacy training programs, and ensuring affordable access to these technologies for smaller farms.
It's about creating a level playing field where all farmers can harness the power of technology to enhance their livelihoods and contribute to a more sustainable food system.
Precisely. Because ultimately, the future of farming relies on the success of all farmers, big or small.
This deep dive has been eye-opening, to say the least. It's amazing to think about how technology is transforming such an ancient practice.
It really is a testament to human ingenuity. And what's even more exciting is that we're still in the early stages of this technological revolution. Who knows what incredible innovations lie ahead?
It's a future brimming with possibilities. Listener, we hope this deep dive has given you much to consider about the future of farming and the role technology plays in shaping how we feed the world. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those deep dive requests coming.